All right, guys. So as per request, I'm going to give you guys 3 easy prospects to work. Okay, these are 3 prospects that I used to work quite often. I train my guys to work now. I've had a lot of success with them, and not only is it an effective way to sell cars, but it's a great way to make gross, because these are spontaneous calls, spontaneous action, spontaneous purchases that are fueled by emotion. So these are a great way to make gross. As you guys know by now, I always train how to make gross. That's important to me. I don't like my sales guys to sell 15 cars and be broke. I want you guys to not only sell cars, but I want you guys to make money. That's what we're in this business for. So first prospect is your service drive. And I know everybody knows about service to sales, okay? But not everybody knows the real technique to make this work. I can make service to sales calls, and if I get on the phone with them, I'm gonna close 1 out of 2 every time, if not more, because I've learned the technique and I've mastered the technique how to make this work. So the technique when you're calling these service to sales, most people call this call and they make it an open invitation. Okay, hey, we're looking for good used cars, we want to buy your car back, blah blah blah. If there's nothing exclusive and there's nothing that puts the customer in a winning scenario, if there's nothing that creates fear of loss, that if I don't take advantage of this may not be again later, you're not going to get people to move forward right now. You'll get people to move forward on their terms. So if it's an open invitation, they're going to do it whenever they want, and you'll get answers like, well, next time I'm there for an oil change, I'll stop by, or I'll keep you guys in mind, because it's open invitation. That don't work. So first off, the technique you want to get to quickly, and you guys need to write these things down and role play and practice, even if you're doing it by yourself, okay? But when you make that call, you need to establish right away, who are you, where are you calling from, why are you calling me, and what is the benefit for me to stay on this phone call? You have to get through that in a one breath. You cannot stop midway and give the customer an opportunity to talk before you deliver the benefit. If you do that, they're gonna shut you down, okay? For example, if I called and say, hey, this is Curtis calling from Toyota Selma, how's your day going? Or am I catching you at a good time? All I've announced is who am I and where I'm calling from. Now, as a consumer, I'm assuming this is some type of sales call, and I'm gonna shut you down, okay? I'm gonna give you an answer like, hey, I'm right in the middle of something, can I call you back later? Or hey, I'm at work right now, can I call you back another time? They're gonna shut you down. You cannot give them the opportunity to speak before you get to the benefit, okay? So write this down. Who are you? Where are you calling from? Why are you calling me? And what is the benefit for me to stay on this phone call? Okay? If you do that correctly, they'll ask a question. You want a question. A question means you caught their interest. They might ask you something like, well, that depends on what it's worth, or what's my car worth? Something along those lines. That gives you the opportunity to close the appointment. So, for example, if I'm going to call somebody from Service Drive, I need to make it very exclusive. I need to put them in the winning scenario. I'm going to put them in a position where they are helping me as a dealer. I have some type of distress that they have the answer for. And when I present it this way, it makes it very easy for them to say yes, and that's the goal. So if I'm going to make that call, I'm going to say, Mr. Customer, this is Curtis. I'm calling from Toyota Selma. It looks like you have an appointment scheduled tomorrow. Oh, by the way, you always want to call the day before. And the reason you want to call the day before is when they hang up the phone, you want to give them the opportunity to talk to their spouse or whoever they need to talk to. If I do it the day of, they're going to want to go home and discuss it with somebody because it's spontaneous. If I do it the night before, they can get that talk out of the way, and in that way, the next day when I'm in face-to-face with them, I can actually close them, okay? But I'll say, it looks like you have an appointment tomorrow to get your oil change. Is that correct? Yes. Perfect. Well, the reason I'm giving you a call I have an approval. Let's say they have a 2018 Toyota Camry. I have an approval for one of my customers who's looking specifically for a 2018 Toyota Camry. My approval expires in 4 days. You actually have the car at day one, the right color and everything. So my question for you is, when you come in tomorrow, can I make you a far above market value offer for your car? And would you be willing to sell it to me if that money was enough? Okay, so what I did there is I put them in the winning seat. I have a distress. I have a customer that wants their car, and my approval is going to expire in 4 days. You have what I want. You have what I want. I'm willing to pay you more because you can fix my problem. Okay? Now, this is going to go one or two ways. Maybe one of three. Okay, one is they're going to say, no, I'm not interested in selling my car. You're done. Move on. Okay? You got other people to call. If they say a question, which is what you want, they'll say, well, that depends. How much can you give me? That's the exact answer I want, okay? The next part's easy, Mr. Customer. I'll always start with, I'm glad you asked. That gives me a second to think. That's what politicians use all the time. That's a great question. I'm glad you asked. It gives you a second to gather your thoughts. That's a great question, Mr. Customer. I'm glad you asked that. The next part is easy. When you come in tomorrow, I'm going to meet you. I'm going to do a full appraisal on your car. I'm going to send it to my used car manager. I'm going to let them know I have a customer on it so I can get maximum value. And within 10 minutes, I'm going to put an offer in front of you. What you want to do from there is your option. Customers, everybody wants options, and they all want to feel they're in control. Does that sound fair enough to you, Mr. Customer? They'll say, yeah, I can do that. Perfect. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Now, what's going to happen is, because I set this up the day before, when they hang up, whoever they need to talk to, they're going to say, hey, honey, you wouldn't believe what just happened. I just got a call from the dealer. They want my car. They're going to pay over market value, yada, yada. The next thing they do is they go online and they start checking your inventory. This is what you want. I've had this happen so many times. When I come in to do my appraisal the next day, they show me a stock number and they go, well, hey, do you got this on the lot? They're done. That's easy money right there. But you got to set this up the night before. You got to remember, who are you? Where are you calling from? Why are you calling me? What's the benefit to stay on this phone call? Make it exclusive. Put them in the waiting seat. Put them in a position of fear of loss that if I don't take advantage of this may not happen again later. Now, the third option that they may say is they may go, well, you know what? I'll get your number or something like that. But, I just need a little bit of time to think about it. Now I need to pour on the urgency even more, okay? Or they'll say, well, how long is the offer going to be good for? Something like that. They want to procrastinate. I got to help push them over the edge. And I'll say, Mr. Customer, I absolutely want to buy your car later. We're always looking to buy cars. But the thing is, the approval I have for this customer who wants your car expires in 4 days. There's 3 other Camrys scheduled for an oil change that will fit this bill as well. You would happen to be the first one I call. Whoever decides to sell me their car to help me get this approval fit for this customer, I'm going to pay probably thousands more than I should. Because if I don't do it quickly, I'm going to lose this approval and I'll have to start the process all over again. So the difference between now and later could be thousands of dollars. You don't have it to make a decision right now. When you come in tomorrow, at least let me put an offer in front of you, and then you can make a decision then. Is that fair enough? I'll turn them around every time and they'll go, okay, I'll look at your offer. Let's see what you got to offer. I know when they hang up the phone, they're checking my website. I'm going to close that car deal. Okay. So there's your service to sales. And that's why most people can't do it. It's because they always leave an open invitation. Hey, we're always looking to buy good quality cars, blah, blah, paying over market value. Shut the fuck up. That's what everybody says. Okay. Now, your second prospect. I told you I'm going to give you 3. I'm going to give you 3 right now. Okay. Your second one. Most manufacturers have a manifest list of leases coming due, okay? And this is low-hanging fruit because they have to make a decision anyway. So the perfect time I found for that is 3 months out. I'll work on these customers that are about 90 days from their lease maturing. Now, every manufacturer is different. So I know with Ford, once it comes inside 120 days, the only person that could buy the vehicle back is Ford themselves. The customer can't even buy the car. So if it's Ford, you got to do it outside of 120 days. And I'm sure other manufacturers have rules. I don't know all the rules. Now, since COVID, some manufacturers will only let the customer buy back the car. They won't let a dealer buy back the car. Only the customer has the option to buy it back. So what you can do here is you can do a double transaction. I'll sell it right back to the customer, and then I'll sell it from the customer right back to us. So I'll do them back to back. So that'll work as well. Okay, but when it's you get this manifest list, now I'm going to call as the leasing manager, and I'm going to let the customer know, hey, Mr. Customer, my name is Curtis. I'm the leasing manager here at ABC Motors. Your lease is coming due in 90 days. I want to go over all the options available to you before you turn that lease in. And they'll say, what do you mean? I'll say, well, Mr. Customer, most customers don't know that when the manufacturer buybacks their car, they also resell it and they make money on that transaction too. So oftentimes your car is actually worth more than the balance you owe on it. So what I like to do for my customers is I will show them exactly what their car's worth, and if it's worth $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 more than what you owe on it, I'll simply buy that vehicle from you, and I'll give you your $4,000 or $5,000 in your pocket. What you want to do with it is up to you. Okay. The other option is, if it's the best car you've ever owned and you want to keep it, I'll show you what your financing options are to keep your car. Oftentimes your payment on keeping it will be lower than your current payment now. And if you do decide you want to release something else, I'll use your equity in your vehicle to release your next car at a special program, because you'll be releasing staying with the same company. However, all I want to do now is I want to show you all your options, put it in writing for you, and if you want to take that information and think about it, you got that right, but at least you'll know all your options when your lease is actually due. I have some time this week. I got some time on Tuesday afternoon. I got some time on Wednesday morning. Which works better for your schedule? You want to get an idea of what their schedule is before you start tossing out times. Again, you never want these to be open-ended invitations, because then the customer's in control and they'll say, well, I'll call you when I can make it down. You never want to go that route. Now you're playing by their rules. You want to stay in control. Okay? If you're really a leasing manager and you're calling these customers back, you have a busy schedule, okay, and you're doing them a favor, so they can abide by your schedule. But before I toss it out, I'll give a evening and a morning. If they tell me, well, I have to work, perfect. Let's take the Tuesday evening one. I want to get details on their time before I offer up times. What time do you usually get out of work? 5 o'clock. How long would it take you to get to the store? About 45 minutes. Okay, let me see what I have available Tuesday. You know what? I got a 6:15 and I have a 7 o'clock available on Tuesday. Which one works better for you? Again, always exclusive. Okay? So this is your lease returns. I used to kill these. These are easy. They're already thinking about getting another car anyway. They know their lease is due. A lot of people are over on miles and they're afraid of that. So, Curtis, I'm over on miles. Not a problem. If we decide your vehicle is worth more than what you owe on it, we'll not only take care of your mileage problem, but you'll get some cash back in your pocket. This is low-hanging fruit. This is easy. Okay. Your next one, the third one, is I'll go back and I'll start shopping my customers that have owned their car about 2 years, 8 months roughly. Okay, the average trade-in on a used car is right at 3 years. On a new car, it's about 3.5. Okay, so I'll go back on the used cars. I'll start looking about 2 years, 8 months, 2 years, 9 months. Okay, if it's a new car, I'm looking at about right at around the 3-year mark. Okay, and I'll give these customers back. Again, introduce myself, let them know who I am, where I'm calling from, why I'm calling. The reason I'm calling, it looks like you bought a 2019 Ford Explorer from us back in 2019. I wanted to let you know we have a buyback program. Sorry guys, I'm driving and my phone holder took a shit. So I'll let them know, hey, the reason I'm calling you back, we have a buyback program here. You coming up on 3 years of owning your car. We would like to make you an offer to buy it back and let you have that offer, and it's good for 30 days. Okay, so the next part's easy. When you bring your vehicle in, I got some time set up this week. I'm simply going to do a full appraisal. I'm going to let you know the value of your car, whether you decide to buy one from me or from someone else. my offer will stand. You can take my offer and you can shop it anywhere you want. I have some time available this week. What's a good day for you? And I'll set up an appointment there. I'll keep it a nonchalant, easy. We want to put together an offer for you, at least show you what it's worth. It's up to you what you want to do from there, okay? Now, if you take 2 or 3 stabs at this and this is not working, then go back and make it very exclusive, okay? You can always go back to, hey, I have an approval on a customer that's getting ready to expire. You have exactly what I want. Would you be willing to at least let me make an offer for you, show you what your car is worth to us, and you make a decision from there, okay? That always works. In fact, I'd probably just go there anyway. I have a sale coming up next month. I want to promote a 2018 Nissan Altima. You happen to have the car I want. My used car manager's been looking at the auctions for 3 weeks right now. We can't find one out there anywhere, and I have to shoot this commercial next week. Would you be willing to bring your car down? Let me take a look at it, and I'll make you a above market value offer because I only got a week left to shoot this spot. Can I get your vehicle in here and at least make you an offer? Again, always pour on the exclusiveness. I use dealer distress all the time because that puts the customer in an instant winning position. I found this to be very effective. I found this to work. When you guys make these calls, you need to write down what you're going to say. You need to say it a few times first. It's got to be fluid. If you're digging for words while you're on the phone with a customer, they're going to feel that. And again, anytime I'm making a call or anything like this, you have to put yourself in the seat as if this is really happening. You got to become an actor. If you just imagine what you're saying is actually really happening. I got a customer that this approval is going to expire in 4 days. I'm not going to be able to get this approval back again. You got the exact car they want. I'll pay you more than what it's worth. If you pour this on as if this is really happening and that translates through the phone, that's what's going to get this customer excited. That's what's going to get this customer to do what you want them to do, because they're going to feel like, if I don't take advantage of this opportunity won't be available again, okay? There's your 3 easy prospects that should be available to all of you, no matter how long you've been working there or not. You got people coming in your service drive. You're going to have a manifest list of leases coming due. You're going to have people that have owned their car for 3 years. I actually like these better than fresh internet leads. Fresh internet leads tend to be shopping other dealers, and it comes down to a price battle quite a bit. I don't particularly like doing all the work for low money. I want to maximize my opportunity. When I work these spontaneous calls, you can generally make good gross on these deals, and that's what we're here for. I hope this helps, guys. Again, if there's something that you guys want to see or you want some help with, throw it out there. If I got the tools, I'll give it to you, okay? Till then, let's keep killing it.